Let's talk about leadership. Thinking about the leaders on your team, you might wonder, when should I promote existing people and rely on my existing team to keep rising up to new levels versus when should I hire outside experienced leadership? This is a problem that a lot of startups face. And maybe you've seen in the books that the people that got you here won't be the people that got you there. And, I don't totally agree with that. I think that there are amazing, ambitious people that are driven and will continue to level up phase after phase after phase. It's not all people, though. And so I believe that it's not super cut and dry, that you don't need all experienced people on your team and you don't need all brand new junior people on your team. It's a mix. I remember hearing a story recently when Elon Musk joined Tesla. It was very early that he joined, that he bought into it. He wanted to create this electric car company, found out there was already a team working on this battery thing, decided to join them, eventually took over as CEO. He was there before they had revenue or prototype or whatever. And so he says he's basically been there since the beginning. But when he first joined, they had this battery technology that they were really confident was going to power the Teslas. And they also had this plan to build the Teslas out of the body of a Lotus, a different type of car, the chassis of a Lotus. And so when he joined on, that was his understanding, was we've got this battery tech and we've got the Lotus cars that we're going to build it on. Neither of those things ended up working. They had to totally redesign and revolutionize battery power for an electric vehicle. They had to totally build from scratch a whole different chassis and way to assemble these cars. And so years later, he was asked, if you knew how much it was going to take, how much work, how hard it would be, would you have still joined Tesla, become the CEO? And he said, no. And so the lesson there is that amazing things happen by people that are naive to know any better. Experience is not always a great thing. Experience, or even bringing a playbook that's worked somewhere else, is not always applicable to your business. And so sometimes jumping into a problem, not understanding how hard it is, rolling up your sleeves and getting so ingrained in that problem that now you're committed to solving it, that's a good thing because you can solve some really big problems. And so using that example with Elon Musk, I would argue that you don't want all junior people, but you don't want all senior people either. And when I say senior and junior, I mean in terms of experience. Let's talk about internal first. If you've got people on your team, how do you know whether they can rise to the occasion and keep performing level after level after level? To me, it comes down to three things. So the first, people that rise to the occasion and keep jumping level to level to level, I think are already doing the next job already. They're already performing the things that need to be done at the next level today. They're rolling their sleeves up again and they're doing that work. Whereas people that aren't so ambitious might be waiting for a promotion before they start to take on those responsibilities. And so what you can do is start to piece together, what does it look like at a director level, a VP level? What is someone at that level expected to do in your company? And show your people, this is what would be performed at the next level. And you'll see the leaders will step up and they will ask, how can I do that? When can I do that? How can I learn how to do that? They've got that ambition and they will start doing pieces of the next job already. One of the things that we do at Trainual is I believe in not awarding people those promotions or titles until they're doing most of the things already. Because if you hired someone from the outside, the expectation is that they're qualified to come in and day one do all of those things. And so before you promote someone into a new position, they have to show that same aptitude, that they can do all of the things that would be required if you brought an outsider in. So your internal people should be doing pieces, if not the whole, next job already. That's how they show that ambition. And that's how they show that they're just as good as an external candidate with all of the benefit of the knowledge of your organization and your team and your history. The next thing is an ongoing thirst for knowledge. So the people that have been promoted internally at Trainual and keep rising to the occasion, they're always looking for what books they can read, what podcasts can they read, what conferences can they go to, what courses can they take, what mentors can they bring on to help them, teach them what they need to know. So if they are displaying that thirst for knowledge and they're always asking you, how can I get better? That's a really good flag that someone is going to keep progressing in your company. And then the next thing you'll see, number 3 here, is a really high level of team respect. So if you promote someone and the other people on their team didn't see it coming and are asking you questions, then you're doing something wrong. When you promote someone, it should be so obvious that they've been the leader, they've been performing at this level. No one should be balking at it. No one should be asking questions. And so you can tell a lot by the other team members having a high level of respect for this person. So something you might start doing is 180 or 360 surveys where you're collecting feedback about your key people to understand if their peers really respect them and see them rising up to the next level. That's how to spot things internally. Just a couple tips. What are the benefits of bringing in external leadership at some level? Well, first, bringing in one external leader can be a gift for the rest of the leadership team. And what I mean by that is if someone is a leader at another business, it's kind of like they're, coming across enemy territory or something and giving you all the secrets. They don't necessarily have to work at a competitor, but if they're working at another business that is kind of where you want to go, then they have some of the secrets, the recipes, and the experience to share with the rest of the leaders. And that doesn't always have to be subject matter expertise. Sometimes it can be simple things like reports that they want to run, information or data that they want to see, how they hold a one-on-one meeting, how they do performance management and coaching with their teams. There's so much that our leaders have learned from each other, from their peers. And a lot of that comes from bringing in that external experience. Now, you can also supplement your leadership with consultants and advisors. You don't have to bring people in full time and make that commitment full time to an employee. You can bring on a consultant part time. You can bring on an advisor or a mentor to the business. And those external people can insert the same kind of wisdom that maybe an external hire did. So when I say external, it may not be full time. It may be one of these part-time or supplemental resources. And so when is the time to definitely bring in that external leadership? Well, I would say it's either when you're lacking the expertise on how to get to the next level. So let's say you don't have a leader that has ever built a sales team and you need to have a sales team of 20 in order to hit your goals next year. Well, that might be something you want to hire an external leader for. There could be some subject matter expertise there that you need to know. And so that could be a time to bring someone in. Or if you think that you've got a very junior team, then one external leader can come in and really rise all ships. The point I would make is that it's not one or the other. It's not a team of all experienced leaders. It's not a team of all junior leaders. But I think the perfect scenario is a mixed bag. It's the right mix of crazy and naivete and the right mix of experience and been there, done that. And that's how you combine to make a really healthy, really strong leadership team.